Okay, so just for the record, this is like my 5th take of recording this because I have not been able to take this video seriously in any of my previous takes. Each time I read this article, I just burst out laughing in the middle. So I'm gonna try again this time, guys, but no promises. Also, I'll leave a link to the article down below in the description. I'm not 100% sure if this article is a joke article or something, but it's on Forbes, and I've seen it on multiple sources, so I don't actually think it's a joke article. I think it's a legitimate article, which just makes it even funnier. But anyways, let's go ahead and read this article here. So, a 28-year-old Russian man is suing Bethesda Softworks and its localization studio for what he claims is a life-ruining experience with Fallout 4. He skipped work for Fallout 4, leading to his firing. He ignored his friends and his relationship, leading to his wife leaving him. He's now suing for about $7,000 in emotional distress. If I knew that this game was so addictive, I would have become a lot more wary of it, he said in a statement. I would not have bought it, or I would have left it until I was on holiday, or until New Year's holiday. Okay, so as much as I would love to provide a detailed analysis of this article and like break things down like I do in most of my Fallout 4 discussion videos, I really have nothing to say other than this guy is a complete idiot. Like, okay, nobody out there denies that video games are addicting, and I would be lying if I said that Fallout 4 didn't take away from my social life and some other things in my life, since it is a very addicting game, as all Bethesda games are. But the extent to which this guy has gotten addicted, actually, I don't really have a problem with him getting addicted. I obviously have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is that he's suing Bethesda for something that's his fault. I would have just felt bad for him if he just got addicted and lost his wife and all that, but it's his fault. You getting addicted to a game is your fault, not Bethesda's. Anyways, I'm sorry for the mini rant there, guys. I just wanted to get that off my chest. So let me go ahead and keep reading the article here. It's an unprecedented case for Russia, though not worldwide. In 2010, a Hawaiian man, Craig Smallwood, sued after becoming addicted to Lineage 2, racking up 20,000 hours in playtime. Wow, that is a lot. I put a lot of time into video games myself. Overall in Pokemon, over all Pokemon games, I probably put close to that amount. But he probably put that amount in a very short amount of time. Anyways, it's a game he says he would not have begun playing if he knew he'd get addicted to it. Like I said, it's your fault for getting addicted, so you can't blame a developer if you get addicted. Most people out there did not get addicted to Fallout 4 to the same extent that this guy did, so if you think about it, it's not Bethesda's fault at all. It's tough to know what a Russian court will do with this, but on the surface it's easy to dismiss the claim out of hand. Proving the addictiveness of a video game is more than a little tough. It's not something you can directly test like cigarettes, which have a specifically addictive component in them. The counter-argument, of course, is the hundreds of thousands of consumers who played Fallout 4 and didn't get addicted to the point where their entire lives fell apart. I totally agree with this. Like I was saying earlier, there's so many people out there who played Fallout 4 and didn't get addicted, so what makes this case special? Why does this man get to sue Bethesda while others can't? Once you start talking about potentially labeling games like cigarettes, you get into dangerous kind of stupid territory. I think we're past the days of potential labels stating video games lead to violent behavior, which is complete crap by the way, but nonetheless. But labels regarding addictiveness, I don't think that's entirely out of the realm of possibility. Okay, so this last sentence right here is pretty much the main reason why I'm making this video, and the main reason why I'm going on this rant in the first place. I mean, think about what would happen if video games got labeled and or banned for being too addictive. Then we wouldn't be able to enjoy Bethesda games because a few people got too addicted to the game. Now, on a realistic level, I don't actually think that video games will ever be banned due to addictiveness or even labeled, but what could happen is Bethesda sees this man's case and maybe they start making their games less addictive, or maybe people start complaining about video games being too addictive and game developers try and make their games less addictive, which is something I have a huge problem with. Specifically, I'm talking about developers making their games shorter or have less replay value, or making them slightly more one-dimensional so as to limit the amount of hours that you can put into them. I mean, think about what would happen if Bethesda made an Elder Scrolls game in which the map was a quarter of the size of previous games just because a few people couldn't discipline themselves and got too addicted to a game. This ultimately is the main problem I have with a guy who's doing this, and obviously this one case in itself probably isn't going to change anything, but the more and more cases like this that come up, the more chance that game developers are going to start making their games worse just to make them less addicting. I realize that getting addicted to video games is an issue, but that's an issue that each person in themselves have to deal with. It's not a problem with the game developers or anything of that sort. So just to give you guys a bit of a final verdict here, for me this article is incredibly scary, and the reason why is because of the implications it has with regards to labeling video games in the future for being too addictive, banning them for being too addictive, and worst of all, game developers might see this and potentially make their games less addictive. Well, alright folks, that is pretty much going to do it for this video. I'm sorry for going on this huge rant here, by the way. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. I'm just a little bit put off by the stuff that was said in this article, and I really hope it doesn't have any bad implications for the future. As always, if you enjoyed, be sure to drop me a like down below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more video game discussion videos in the future. The comment question of the day is, what do you guys think on this whole article? You guys obviously know what I think, but I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Otherwise, I hope you all have an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video.